pours love into the family. He pours love into the home. So his love can overflow into the world. I want to spend my life mending broken people. I want to spend my life removing pain. Lord, let my words heal a heart that hurts. I want to spend my life mending broken people, so his love can overflow into the world.
God bless you. Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us for another 3ABN Presents program. Or today, I should say, our corny 3ABN Presents program. Really, this is a program that is corny. It's all about corn, and in fact, Barbara Kerr has entitled this program, Crazy for Corn. Our special guest today is Barbara Kerr, and she's from Taste of Health Ministries in Gaston, South Carolina. And this program is all about corn. Her recipes are creamed corn and mushroom soup, creamy corn salsa, southwestern toasted corn drink, peach and corn sherbet, and also hominy waffles. So right off the top of this program, I'd like to invite you to get your pen, get your paper together, and get ready to jot down some terrific recipes that are good and good for you. And if you're not able to write down the recipes quick enough, just give us a call here at 3ABN, and we will be more than happy to send you these recipes. You know, corn is really an incredible gift from God. Well, I have to say, in fact, all food that we get out of the garden is incredible, because locked inside all of these fruits and vegetables and grains and nuts are these fantastic healing, rejuvenating, and revitalizing agents that really help our bodies work better. And actually, when you look back into the writings of years gone by, we find out that our ancestors look at food as a medicine for the body. And it's only been in the last, probably 150 years or so that the pharmaceutical drugs were even in the running as far as having anything to do with healing. But the bad thing about drugs is that there are always side effects. But with foods taken fresh from the garden, you're not going to find these side effects. Well, since we're talking about corn today, let me give you a few corn facts. Well, for one thing, corn has been shown to be one of the easiest vegetables to digest. It's high in roughage, it's high in magnesium, and it's high in what they call protease inhibitors, which means that it's been proven to fight cancer in laboratory animals. Corn has also been proven to lower blood cholesterol, and it's also a rich source of linoleic acid, which is one of those things that we've got to have to enjoy good health. And guess what? Corn has, let's see, phosphorus and iron and zinc and potassium, and it's also very low in sodium for those of you who really need to watch your intake of salt. And moms, here's one for you. If you have young children, one survey was done that included 47 countries, and this survey concluded that for the people who consumed more corn as opposed to wheat or rice, that they had less dental cavities. So corn really isn't so corny after all. And in addition, corn has been recommended for those who suffer from anemia and for those who just have poor digestion and poor health. So if you want to give yourself and your family a heaping helping of better health, well, start reaching for that fresh corn in your produce section of the store. And one more thing, don't forget to thank the one who created corn, as well as all the other terrific things that we get from our gardens to help us live happy and healthy lives here on this earth. You know, I think that we really live in such an incredible age. We're living in an age where science is really underscoring and establishing what God has said from the very beginning. You know, science might say that we need to eat corn because it has magnesium and phosphorus and iron, but God said long before there was any such thing as science that He gave us every herb-bearing seed on the face of the earth to eat and use as food, and that includes corn. Well, there's another text in the Bible which I think is so relevant for today when speaking about how science is underscoring what God said in the very beginning. And it's found in Jeremiah chapter 33, beginning with verse 2, where it says, "Thus saith the Lord, the maker thereof, the Lord that formed it, to establish it. The Lord is His name. Call unto me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you know not. For thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, concerning the houses of this city, concerning the houses of the kings of Judah, which are thrown down by the mounts and by the sword." And here, it's really talking about homes and families and hurting people, and probably sick and afflicted people as well. But listen to what God says in verse 6. He says, "Behold, I will bring it health and a cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal to them the abundance of peace and truth." And folks, I really believe with all my heart this is what is happening today. God is allowing science to underscore and really establish His health message in this age like never before. And even though they might use big words, fancy words like phosphorus and potassium and magnesium, without realizing what they are still really saying is that God's way is the best way. And that's what we're saying here at 3ABN. God's way is really the best way. He made us. He knows what our bodies need to be happy and healthy. You know, I've got just one more text I'd like to share with you today, and this could really be the flagship philosophy of 3ABN, because this is why 3ABN exists. Psalm chapter 67, verse 2 says, "That your way may be known upon the earth, your saving health among the nations." And this really is our prayer here at 3ABN, that God's way may be known upon the earth and God's saving health to all the nations. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father, in Jesus' name, thank you so much for carving out a path for us to really live happy and healthy lives here on this earth. And Lord, I especially want to thank you today that right now, in this day and age, that you are allowing your health message to be underscored and established like never before. As science is delving into the things that are contained in fruits and vegetables and grains and nuts, these natural substances that you made for our bodies, they are discovering that there are medicine in these things that you made for us, that there are such healing agents in these things that you made for us. And once again, it underscores what a loving God that you are. You created these things so that we can be happy, healthy people on this earth. And I just pray, Father, that you will plant within us a desire to reach for the good things when we go to the grocery store. When we prepare meals for our families and for our friends, help us, oh God, to reach for those good things that you created for us so that we can be happy and healthy. And I thank you, Father, once again for hearing, for answering us as we pray. Amen. Well, right now, Maddie Couperis is really going to underscore and establish the message that I just talked about in a beautiful song that's entitled, "No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus." Listen to this.
To tell you what I think of Jesus, since I found in him a friend so kind and true. I would tell you how he changed my life completely. He did something no other friend could do. No one ever cared for me like Jesus. There's no other friend so kind as he. No one else could take the sin and darkness from me. Oh, how much he cares for me. Every day he comes to me with new assurance. More and more I understand his words of love. But I'll never know just why he came to save me, till someday I see his blessed face above. No one ever cared for me like my Jesus. There's no other friend so kind as he. No one else could take the sin and darkness from me. Oh, how much he cares for me. Oh, how much he cares for me.
So happy you could join us back in the 3ABM Presents kitchen, and welcome back, Barb.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you back.
Aw.
And you put together a corny show.
I did. This is going to be a very corny program. And it's especially, you know, well, the food is for the parents, but, you know, it's corny for the kids. You know, we
Okay.
have a lot of kids that
Okay,
like to watch.
well, do you have a corny joke for this corny program?
Well, you know, actually, there are those people that can remember jokes and those people that can't. And I'm one of those people that never remembers jokes, but my husband and I have a joke that we read on a Laffy Taffy wrapper when we were first married 16 years ago. And the joke is, what do you call a cow? What? See, I told you I can't remember jokes. What did the cowboy say to the dachshund?
What did the cowboy say to the dachshund?
Yeah, this is your kind of joke because it's
I
about a
don't-
dog.
I don't know.
Get along, little doggy. I liked that. And Bill really liked it. He tells it to everybody. Do you have a cornier joke?
I have a cornier joke.
Okay,
than
go
that.
ahead, give it to
All
us.
right. Why was the number 6 afraid of the number 7?
Because 7, 8, 9?
Yes! Yes!
Thank goodness.
Nobody knows the answer to that joke, but
You're
you got
kidding.
it. Did I tell you that joke before?
No. No, because I was just trying to, I guess my brain goes in that direction.
That was good, Barb.
Oh, well, thank you.
That was
I have
good.
another joke for you.
Okay.
How do you tell the difference between a male and female eggplant?
How do you tell the difference between a male and a female eggplant? I don't know.
I don't know either. But Claudia's been saving this joke for me for 5 years. And she won't tell me the answer, and she's waiting for just the right moment. So if anybody knows this joke, you write me. My address will be up at the end of the show. Write me and tell me the answer. I'm tired of waiting.
Of course, if they send in the answer, you're going to have to come up with another corny program, right?
I think we can do that.
Okay.
There's enough corn recipes out there for today. And I tried to use corn, like all different kinds of corn in this program, not just the same old thing. Did you know, speaking about corn, corn is the only vegetable that's also a grain?
You know, I never thought about it, but
Isn't that
that's
pretty
true.
cool?
Yeah, that's true.
It is. It is.
Yes.
And I'd hoped to have some beautiful corn to show you today, but all I could find were examples of the really ugly stuff that, it's a little bit too old. So we'll talk about that later as we go on, because the bell is telling us that we should make our waffle recipe
Okay,
first. We're
all
going to
right.
make hominy waffles for you. This is a great Southern recipe, and we'll read those ingredients for you now. You're going to need 1 cup of drained hominy, 2 cups of vanilla silk soy milk, 1 tablespoon of Energy egg replacer, 1/4 cup water, 1/8 cup Earth Balance margarine, 2 cups of whole wheat pastry flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. Now this recipe is pretty simple. And now I don't know if there are people out there that haven't seen hominy, but this is hominy, and it's a delicacy in the South. And we're going to start by, if you want to push that over, we're going to puree it a little bit in here, and I'll let you do that. And then we'll add the other ingredients kind of one by one.
Okay. Well, actually, I've always liked hominy, and my children love hominy too.
Scrape down the side a little bit with the knife.
Okay.
And we'll do that one more time, and then we'll start to add our liquid. And we can, if you have a food processor that's this size, this is about a 7 or 8 cup, you can make the entire recipe in the food processor. If you just have a small one, you're going to need the use of a blender later. So go ahead and put that on and do that one more time.
Okay.
Okay, now let's stir in pour in a little bit, maybe 1 cup of our silk, and do that again, because we want the hominy to be really fine. That looks good, Linda. Okay, let's go ahead and put in the rest of the silk, and you can put in all that's 2 cups of silk total, our 1/8 cup of Earth Balance margarine melted. You can put in our 2 cups of whole wheat pastry flour, our 1 teaspoon of salt, and our 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm going to whisk up our Energy egg replacer, and this is 1 tablespoon of the egg replacer.
Now, sometimes people are really busy in the mornings and they want to hurry off to work. Is this something that you could make maybe the day before?
Sure. We make, this recipe will make 3 Belgian waffles, and you can make up a double recipe, and then we layer them with wax paper and then crisp them up in the toaster when you're ready to eat them.
Okay, let's do this.
stir that to get around the side. And while you're doing that, I'm going to whisk up our energy egg replacer. And you want to whisk that until all the lumps are gone and it gets foamy.
Now, for our new viewers, why don't you explain about this energy egg replacer? Some might be saying, why not use an egg?
You know, I have a box back there if you want to grab it, and I meant to show people right there on the counter, Linda. Because you're right, if you don't know what you're looking for at the health food store, you won't know what it is. This just replaces eggs in that it's a starch type. It has potato starch and different things like that in it. And you use it for things like cakes and muffins and things that you want to raise and stick together. This will not scramble an omelet. You know, you're not going to be able to use it in that way. So, but it works great. It is a fantastic product. And it takes a place. That way you don't have to have any animal products. Let's go ahead and put the egg replacer in. See how I got it foamy? And you usually, it works the best if you add it last to a recipe. Okay. Okay, now let's pour that into this bowl.
Okay.
Turn that sideways. Okay.
This looks like a great recipe. Of course, I am a waffle lover.
It's nice and creamy, and it will crisp up into a nice light and fluffy, let's get this off, a waffle. We'll move our hot, I don't want to burn you, but
I don't want you to burn me either.
Okay, let's do this. This is one of my new favorite toys at home. We love our Belgian waffle maker.
Now, do you like this Belgian waffle maker better than the smaller ones?
Oh yeah.
It works much better, or what do you think about it?
More fun. I just love Belgian waffles, and so does Nathan, and so he and I will make waffles.
Do you know, at home I've actually got 3 waffle irons. I've never yet found one that I absolutely love, but I've noticed that each waffle iron cooks differently.
You know why I like this one, and I'm not here to sell waffle irons, but it has settings for temperature. I've set this on the hottest setting, and because it is soft inside and you want it to cook all the way through. I set it on the highest setting, and this is made for people like me. I need it to beep and tell me when it's ready and when the waffle's done. Because my problem is I go and I open it too soon, and even if I crack it a little bit and rip the waffle apart, you know, you've destroyed your waffle.
It's a nightmare.
And it's really tough when you're a perfectionist. You ruin those waffles, and you know, it's ruined your whole day.
Well, you know, from waffle iron to waffle iron, some might cook for like 6 minutes before the green light comes on. Some might cook for 8 minutes.
Right.
And you just don't know for sure.
Right. Now in this particular one, because it's a deep waffle, this one needs to cook about 6 to 8 minutes. And I let it beep, and then I let it go again maybe through half a cycle, and then I'll test it to make sure. Now we do have one down here because it is going to take a few minutes, and I thought I'd show you how nice and light and crisp it is. Of course, it was a little crisper when I first took it out earlier.
Are you sure that wasn't bought at the freezer section of the grocery store?
Sure.
That looks too perfect.
But you know what's cool about this waffle is that it's not a sweet waffle. And I mean, you can put maple syrup on it, berries, nuts, whatever you want. But you can also serve this with soup and salad because it is a non-sweet waffle. Eat it like part of your bread. So.
Well, you know, in European countries, they'll actually serve like pancakes or waffles as a bread, whereas here it's a breakfast food. But
Have you ever made the mistake of ordering jam pancakes when you're in, I don't know, Russia or Romania, and you think you're going to get like pancakes like we have, and you get these little crepes, and they've got some kind of, what was that kind of, starts with a Q, that berry?
I've never done that, though.
Say it a little louder. Quince.
A quince.
Quince jam. Ugh, I hate it. They fold it over, and you've got this little thing, and that's your pancake. I never had that. I don't like the quince jam. That's one of the few things I don't like. But pancake, you know, goes by a lot of different words. But here in America, pancakes are big and fluffy, and I like them like that. So do you want to give this a little taste while it's cooking, or do you want to wait a few minutes on the crispy, nice and hot and fresh one?
I think you sold me on the crispy, hot, and fresh one.
Good. Well, do you want to go to the next recipe, or do you want to tell us another corny joke?
Let's go to the next recipe. I think our audience has probably had enough of corny jokes.
Let's make our get our creamed corn and mushroom soup going. And for this recipe, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 medium onion chopped, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 2 jalapeno chilies roasted, seeded, and chopped, 2 cups of portobello mushrooms diced small, 6 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of Bill's Best Chickenish seasoning, 2 cups of Silk Original Creamer, 2 14.75-ounce cans of cream-style corn, 1 1/2 teaspoons salt, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and 1/4 cup of water to dissolve your cornstarch. Now we have an important taste test.
This is a moment.
Right. You're going to try the hominy made into a waffle, if you thought it was possible.
And you cannot have a waffle without pure maple syrup.
You know, they used to call me, some of your 3ABN viewers, the maple syrup lady, because I guess I used it in a lot of programs in my Food for Thought shows. So I like that name. That's fine with me.
And actually, I think it makes your hair redder.
It does. It makes my hair very... You could probably use this as like a hair treatment of some kind, I'm sure.
How is this different from those other bargain brands of maple syrup?
Well, the neat thing is that this is just the sap from the tree that's been boiled down, and so it's pure. It doesn't have any corn syrup added to it, which would be appropriate for this program, but it doesn't have other fillers and things that really are the imitation maple syrup and maple flavoring.
And plus, it's so pretty.
Yes, it is.
It's very pretty.
So I'm going to give our hominy waffle.
Yes, I'm going to give it a try.
This needs some pecans. Where's your crown?
You know, we cannot call this corny. We must call it profound.
Do you really like that?
It's very good.
You know, they used to do all kinds of corn cakes. I was looking for a really good corn fritter recipe, but it's kind of tough to make them without eggs, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. So next time,
you know,
the
what
next corny program we do.
What a wonderful way to get your corn. Oh, I like this very much.
I like corn.
I'll be eating it while you make the soup.
Okay, you dig in. We're going to start with our 2 tablespoons of oil in our pan. We're going to saute a medium onion along with our 2 cloves of minced garlic.
Oh, you know it's a winner if it's got onions and garlic.
Right, and our 2 cups of portobello mushrooms, which are immune boosting, I might add, and very helpful. We want to brown these. Also, what goes in here is our roasted pepper. Before Linda chops these up, I want to show people what we did to this. We took our pepper and just put it on a regular burner like this, turned it on with a fork stuck in the end. So if you don't have any roasting, you know.
So you just put it right on the burner?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you do if you have a gas stove?
Well, actually, I got some of my grill pincher things, and I just held them over the top of it. That's what I did at home, because all I have is gas at home. So go ahead and just beat that really good. Pound it. But you know, there were supposed to be 2 of those peppers. I think one of them disappeared. So when you make this at home, put 2 jalapenos in. Okay, those chopped up really good.
Let's check it out.
Oh,
Well,
that looks good. You've turned it to
I think I
paste.
pulverized it.
Okay, good. Go ahead and. Actually, I don't think you cut through. Let's give that to her to do again, okay?
Well, maybe I should just use a knife.
Okay.
Is it not working good? Okay,
Yeah,
let me
well,
get a cutting board.
Maybe the skin has gotten too.
Well, you never know what's going to happen
At
in the
home.
3ABN
That's right.
kitchen.
Cut this up really good. We're going to put it back in the dish and
I'm
brown
going to get a knife.
So now you see what cooking at Linda's house is really like.
No, Barb, it's okay when you're doing a corny program.
To be a little corny. I wish I could just be here all the time.
Yeah. See, Columbia is just too far away.
You should really come and visit me. You haven't seen our new house.
Yes. You know, it would be
It's
very
been almost
difficult
3
to move 3ABN to South Carolina, so I think that you need to move
should just
here.
move here. Oh, that's a great idea. I like that. I think Bill will go for that. You know, we started to get water from the tropical storms because we've been in a drought down there for about 3 or 4 years.
Uh-huh.
So awful that our 12-acre lake has shrunk up to probably around an acre, maybe less. It's just pathetic. So, but we started to get a tropical storms coming through just a few weeks ago, and the lake's coming up, and it's starting to look better.
Oh, that's good.
Anyways,
Well, it seems to me you must have a lot of condensed fish in that little 1 acre lake.
you know, I wondered what was happening with the fish. Bill tells me that they're eating. The bigger fish eat the smaller fish, and so now we don't have as many fish. But I never see them. We used to have snakes in that lake. I figured that was the worst part, that the snakes would be condensed.
Oh.
And turtles.
Oh.
So, well, you don't have to swim in it. Just come down and see us.
But you have poisonous snakes where you live.
Oh, no. Although I did just hear there was a nest of rattlers taken out at the property next door. So,
Ooh.
I didn't know that. Okay, I think these are looking pretty good.
Well, that's another reason you need to move to Illinois. We do not have poisonous snakes
Are you
here.
sure?
Yes. That's what they say.
Well,
Th-
this is
they
warm
is
here.
the authority.
Yeah, they. I know. I love it when you can quote they all the time. Okay, let's put, now at home I would probably brown these just a little bit more because you know me, I like a really brown onion and some nicely browned mushrooms. Let's go ahead and put this into the food processor and pulverize it. Notice I did put the 1½ teaspoons of salt in this, the pan because, and this is why, you should know this, one of the most important cooking tips can ever pass on. If you don't salt your onions when they're cooking, if you're going to put it in soup or anything else, your entire meal, I mean, whatever you make will taste like it always needs more salt. But if you salt the onions, for some reason they pick up more flavor and they taste better. The whole recipe will taste
That's
better.
a good hint.
That's a Barber hint. I never read that in a book, but it's true.
Actually,
They say it works. Tastes much better.
actually, that is a book that you need to write, is Kitchen Hints by Barbara Kerr.
Hey, there you go. I'm not sure I have enough to fill a book. I think I need to put this
I'll
behind
help
us.
you.
How
And-
to chop,
and if
how to
you-
chop a jalapeno pepper.
And if you need some extra corny jokes, did I do this right?
No. This part needs to go. See this long part that sticks out? It has to engage in there. There you go. Now just
Okay.
pulverize that to mush. Some water. Oh, let's put our jalapenos in.
Hey, that'll take care of those jalapenos.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, maybe 2 or 3 cups of the water. Okay, try that. I'm going to put the rest of our water in the pan now. You know, I never turned this pan on. Okay. And you can add that to our water.
Well, I only got a little in my hair.
Yeah, I only got a little in my hair too. Okay, I think you got all that out.
Okay.
Now for the secret part, the part that turns this brew into a nice soup. Let's go ahead and add our creamed corn. We'll get this heating. creamed corn is our secret ingredient.
And tell us about the Bill's Best Chickenish seasoning. This is a secret weapon when you're cooking food and that you want to taste wonderful.
That's right. When Bill named this product, he really gave it a good name because it really is one of the best seasonings for, and I use this more than the beef, I use it more than their curry. It's just fabulous. Let me, you know what, grab our whisk, Linda. I think I set it down, oh, right there on top of the bowl. We're gonna whisk this in. This is made by Nutri-Line Foods, and I hear they have some new things coming out.
Terrific.
New minute meats, new seasonings. So I'm excited to get to try them. Because you know, this would make such a nice. Now go ahead and shake up our creamer, Linda. Creamer will give it that sort of, I don't know, Southern people like full-bodied soups, and of course they would put some ham in there.
Oh,
We're not
yeah,
gonna
we
do
don't,
that.
We don't want to go there.
No.
We want to live a good
We're gonna
long
leave
time.
the pigs in the pen.
By the way,
Yes.
Barb got me a pig puppet for my birthday. I have a whole collection of pig items from Barb.
Well, it had been a while.
And let me tell you, those pig slippers, I wear those.
Imagine how
All
much
the
the
time.
grandkids are going to love you in your pig slippers with your pig puppet. Now you just need some pig pajamas. I'm pretty sure they make them.
Well, remember you gave me those pig shorts? You know, I could wear those with a
Oh, I
t-shirt.
forgot. That was probably one of the first things I think I ever gave you. Well, pigs, you know, pig stuff is everywhere.
Yeah.
It really is. And you didn't tell them the nice present I bought you, just the pig present.
Well, actually, that was a nice present.
Oh, you like it?
Yes, but Barb got me a wonderful knife set, which is terrific because all my knives in my kitchen were extremely dull, and these are sharp knives that I can use.
And I got a set for me for here upstairs when I cook here too.
That's terrific.
I needed that. Now, I just dissolved our water, which was a 1/4 cup, and our 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I'm going to put it in before it boils, but then as the soup comes to a boil, it will help thicken it. Oh, it's already getting there.
Oh,
This will
let me
give you
tell
a
you, that
nice-
looks terrific.
That's a little odd color to it, but boy,
You know,
does it have
some
a good
people
flavor.
just like soups in the wintertime or when it's cool outside, but I can eat soup all year round.
I do like
I
soup.
really like it.
it's easy
it's
to put
light
on.
and it's nutritious. It's very good.
I see pieces of our jalapeno floating around there. It did get chopped up pretty good. So we'll let that come to a boil, and then later after it's thickened, we will put it into a bowl and let Linda taste that.
All right.
Okay, let's put up our next recipe,
Okay.
which is our, let's see, I've got it here, creamy corn salsa. Linda, do you want to go ahead and read those ingredients for us?
I would love to. You will need 1/2 cup of Vegenaise, 1/4 cup of Tofutti sour cream, better than sour cream, 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard, 3/4 of a teaspoon ground cumin, 1/8 of a teaspoon cayenne pepper, 1 cup of sweet corn kernels.
Well, our soup is finished.
Well, I guess that means I get to take a taste test, or would you like to taste it?
I tasted already, and I do have a spoon, but if you don't mind, we can
Do it
taste from
together?
the same bowl. Mhm.
Okay. Okay, I didn't do mine yet. You know, the words I think of, you know, on some of these gourmet programs, people will taste test and they come up with all these fancy words: robust, succulent, corny. But it's very good. It really is very
I
good.
like it. Mhm.
Yes.
It's a nice and good for you.
Uh-huh.
Now let's make our salsa. You're going to love the salsa.
I'm sure I will.
You want to just eat it with a spoon, but don't, because it's a little high in fat. You want to take our 1 cup of sweet corn kernels and pulse it. Just put it in a little food processor. Yeah, that cord's not real long. We'd hate for it to go flying backwards.
And this is almost impossible.
Is it? You can do it.
Okay. I'll never forget the cooking program where you said, Linda, would you stir this? And you poured it into a bowl, and it was just even with the top of the rim. And I was like, how do I stir this?
But you did everything so gracefully. I never even knew you were having a problem. Grab the lid and I'll put that on for you. Well, now this... It's not that way.
Well,
either.
Grace,
I
what
thought
else can you do?
I was going to do it. Oh, there. Let you do that. Oh, my face is red. Yeah, make that nice and corn. That's probably good.
Okay.
We want some.
Okay.
Now let's put that into this little bit bigger bowl.
Okay.
There you go.
Corn butter.
And you know, there's a certain time of the year where you can get the extra sweet niblets at the store in the freezer section, and boy, are they extra sweet. You know, corn has different sweetness ratings. Most corn is about 5 to 7% sweet, but then there's the extra sweet that's like 20 to 30% sweet, and that is the corn I really love.
Do you know, I actually,
Here.
by taste, prefer white corn over yellow corn, but the yellow corn is much more nutritious.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I like the white too. I don't like my corn, like corn on the cob, I don't like it cooked anymore. I really, truly prefer it raw.
And actually, it seems really consistent because, like with the fruits and vegetables, the ones that are
Have
deeper
color.
in color, more intense in color, they're the ones that seem to be more healthy, more nutritious.
The berries and stuff like that. So, corn is good for you.
Sure is. I'm glad you came up with this corny program.
Yeah, me too. Here, stir these last two in, and I'm going to reread those ingredients to help out those folks that missed them. It was a half a cup of Vegenaise, a quarter cup of the Tofutti Sour Supreme, a tablespoon of yellow mustard, 3/4 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne, of course, and the 1 cup of sweet corn kernels pulsed. And once you get all those seasonings really mixed in there good, Linda, I want you to try that on I made you a little bit of toast. I should have gotten you, of course, corn chips, but I forgot.
Well, I wonder if John, our audio person, is going to be able to come up with a new sound very quickly. I bet he can. Okay, I'm just going to put some on this.
I love this one.
But you could use this like for crackers or
Yes,
or
you can
just
dip
about
veggies in
anything.
here, chips, but it goes really fast. So, you know, and like I said, because it has the Vegenaise in it, it's a little higher in fat, so you don't want to eat too much. I'm
Okay.
watching my fat. So
I'm going to take a bite.
So, very nice, very
It's very
flavor-
good.
You wouldn't think of a corn salsa, but I like this one. Delicious.
Well, it's very different, but it is very good. I like it very
I
much.
love cumin. Oh, you can taste the cumin in here. Well, we have 2 more recipes that we want to share. So we need to move on. We're going to make for you a peach and corn sherbet. And this, I guarantee you, is the first ice cream you will ever need a toothpick for. But the ingredients for this are, you're going to need 3 cups of peach puree, about 6 ripe, 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, 3/4 of a cup fructose, 2 cups of the French vanilla silk creamer, 1 cup of sweet corn kernels, and a 1/4 teaspoon almond extract. There's nothing like a fresh peach.
That's right.
But have you ever had peach and corn ice cream before?
Never. I
Well,
would never think about
today
blending
you're-
those two.
You're in for a treat. Well, you know, it's surprising how nice and creamy, what a different texture this will give the ice cream, and you're going to love it. Now, the important thing about this is that what we've done today, because we are using one of these like frozen yogurt ice cream and sorbet makers, I've halved the recipe. If you're going to use a regular ice cream machine, like the kind your grandma and grandpa put the ice in
You want
around,
to double it.
you'll just make the recipe the way we read it on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, so we've cut all the ingredients in half, and I'm going to have you take our food processor and put our fresh peaches in and puree them into pulp. And I kind of puree them so that they're not totally smooth, but you know, that they're real nice.
How's
A
that?
little bit more, I think. That's good. Okay. Now have you pour it back in here. Let me give you a spoon, and we're going to stop when we get to that 1.5 cups. Oh, that smells good, doesn't it?
It smells
Nothing like our fresh peach. And you know, South Carolina actually makes more peaches than Georgia.
Really? And they always say a Georgia peach,
That's right.
but they should be saying South Carolina peaches.
That's right. We produce more peaches. All right. You can actually eat the rest of that, aren't you glad?
Sounds
Okay,
good.
we have 1.5 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice and 3/4 of a cup fructose. I forgot to bring my fructose with me. Couldn't find it at the store, so I'm putting milled cane sugar in instead. Okay. It'll work about the same. Fructose is a little whiter and lighter, and it will dissolve easier. This has plenty of time to dissolve. Now what we're going to do is put our, we need our blender, and we're going to put the corn kernels, the almond extract, and the creamer, the silk creamer. I love this.
And it's relatively a new product, too.
Yes,
it
it
hasn't been on the market very long. And if it's not available in your grocery store, your health food store, just ask for it.
That's right. And our almond, oh good, there's still a little bit. Our corn, I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, go ahead and put the lid on and just make that as smooth as possible, Linda.
Now, you will never know that there was corn ever in there. It's just kind of this frothy, golden.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and pour that into the bowl, and we'll mix our peaches and our corn mixture together. Kind of like peaches and cream. Okay.
With just a hint of corn.
Yes, it is delicious. Go ahead and finish stirring that for me.
You
if
know,
you
corn
would.
is really a sweet vegetable, though.
Especially this. I got the extra sweet niblets. I love it. Okay, we have frozen our ice cream freezer. And as soon as you get that completely around the edges, and get, okay, good.
It's very frothy,
Okay.
but it looks and smells wonderful.
You can take a taste of it now, just for to get the flavors. If hopefully not too much of our almond
That is-
extract evaporated.
You know, it's good just like this. I can't wait to taste it as ice cream.
It holds it right in place, and we'll let that freeze. It only takes about 20 minutes in a freezer like this. We're going to send it upstairs while we make our drink, which is going to be a Southwestern toasted corn drink. It is very unusual, but I think you're going to like it. And then when we're done with the drink, we'll bring back the ice cream, and we'll get a real good taste test out of that, okay? So let's put the next recipe up. I'm going to turn this off while we do that, and you can read those ingredients for us now.
Okay, for the Southwestern toasted corn drink, you will need 1/4 of a cup Wonder Slim cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of, is it masa harina?
Yes, ma'am.
1/3 of a cup milled cane sugar, 1 quart of vanilla silk soy milk, and 2 cups of silk vanilla creamer. Boy, that silk vanilla creamer is popular today.
It is. Well, you know, this is a very unusual drink. The Indians used to eat and drink corn, and so did the settlers. And so this is a traditional recipe that I've, made my little alterations to. It kind of has a consistency of thin pudding. It's a thicker, and I'm using masa harina, and I've already browned it in here. And we're going to add our cocoa powder. How much is that, Linda? You want to read those first? The quarter?
Yes, that's 1/4 of a cup of the Wonder Slim cocoa powder. And you can get this cocoa powder over the internet if you...
Yes. Some viewers called in last time, and now I know it. It will be on my website how you can find it. It's caffeine-free and fat-free. And how much cinnamon?
1 teaspoon.
And our salt?
1/2 teaspoon of salt.
Now we have brought to a boil in the other pan a quart of vanilla silk soy milk. I don't want to burn you. And a pint of the vanilla creamer. And go ahead and put the sugar in there to dissolve that. Actually, we probably already got a little firm, didn't it?
Okay.
Oh, but so did our salt. Okay.
Boy, a little humidity will make it stick
You know, I
quick.
didn't realize how humid it was here. I mean, I know that at my house it's humid, but okay, now if you'll very carefully, well, go ahead and stir that just a little bit without burning your friend. Can you pour that into here while I stir, or is that?
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try not to get it on your body or your hair or anything like that.
Since we've had a good track record so far. I trust you.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I will be on the safe side and I'll pour it this way.
Okay, that sounds good.
So it might be a good idea to make this with a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now you want to bring this to a boil. We'll turn this up, and then as it boils, it will thicken.
That looks like hot chocolate.
You know, I actually tasted this without the masa in it, and it really is a fantastic drink. So if you really don't want to make the corn drink and you don't want it thicker, then make this and just leave the masa out, and just heat up the other stuff, and you'll have a really fantastic hot cocoa. So.
Well, it smells terrific. So the early settlers and the Indians, they used to drink corn.
Yes, and they put chili powder in it, and it gave it, so this is a combination of like hot, bitter, sweet, although it's not super hot. Not as hot as the original one, which called for 2 tablespoons of chili powder.
Oh my.
But that was a little bit too hot even for me. So we'll let this thicken. And then we will try it, okay?
Well, I tell you, this is something extremely new to me. I've never had hot chocolate with chili powder.
But you know, the really famous cocoa recipes all put a little bit of chili in because the heat brings out the flavor in the cocoa.
Is
Oh
that
yeah,
right?
really great chocolate. Only a chocolate.
See, that's another tip that needs to go in Barbara's kitchen tips.
See, I don't think I know these things, but I guess they kind of pop out.
Yeah. So this is going to thicken as it begins to
Yes.
boil, and this is going to be much thicker than hot chocolate.
Yes, this is going to be the consistency of thin pudding. And then we're going to taste it.
Well, we're going to take just a short break to
Okay.
give your address.
Sounds good.
And then we're going to taste test the chocolate here and also the ice cream.
That sounds great.
So stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you'd like more information on how to obtain Barbara Kerr's cookbook, A Taste of Health, please have a pen and paper ready to take down the following information. You may contact her by writing to Taste of Health Ministries, Post Office Box 38, Gaston, South Carolina, 29053. That's Taste of Health Ministries, Post Office Box 38, Gaston, South Carolina, 29053. Or call her at 803-936-1714. That's 803-936-1714. Visit her website for recipes, news, and a whole lot more at tasteofhealth.net. That's tasteofhealth.net.
And be sure to visit Barb's website because it's brand new, and it also has a link to 3abn.org on it.
That's right, it does. Are you ready to taste test?
I am ready.
See how thick this is? Okay.
Oh,
Just going to give you a little. And we have actually gone ahead and added the extra tablespoon of chili powder. And I like it even better. So
it's delicious. It's very different.
you can put
It's
this
unique.
over ice cream.
Oh, let's do that. Well, our peach ice cream is all done now, and it's really set up, and it looks terrific.
Let me give you a scoop.
What a great way to eat corn.
Oh, wait till you try this.
Oh,
It's so
ours. It's fantastic.
I love it.
And this is one you developed yourself. It is really good. Well, thanks again, Barb, for all your hard
welcome.
work. And we would just like to remind each and every one of you, don't forget to eat your corn. And don't forget to thank the Creator who made it.
Amen.
And until next time, may the Lord richly bless you abundantly more than you could ever ask or think.
Thank you for being our family.
Thank you for being our friends.
May God bless and keep